And what a wild week that was. For week one? Are you kidding me? I mean, I can't wait to see what happens in week two. Just saying. This season is gonna be crazy. On with the show.
Right about now, the Funk Soul Brother. Check it out now, the Funk Soul Brother. Right about now, the Funk Soul Brother. Check it out now, the Funk Soul Brother. Right about now, the Funk Soul Brother. Check it out now, the Funk Soul Brother. Right about now, the Funk Soul Brother. Right about now, about now, about now, about now.
What's poppin', y'all? It's your man, Cloudboy Bales. Welcome to another episode of Wisco Sports, where, of course, it is weekly Wednesday predictions once again. And we are predicting week 2 of the NFL season, and I can't wait to get into these matchups. Last week, that was crazy, and I think this week will even be crazier. We are up for an amazing season, and of course, we are up for amazing games. So of course, anyways, if you like what you see, subscribe below, comment with your thoughts, hit the notification bell, and I hope you enjoy this video. So let's get down to business. Starting things off, we have the LA Chargers taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. First time these two teams are facing this year. This is on Prime Video. The first time Thursday Night Football is on Prime Video. Obviously, these two teams are going to be so good this year, and I've been waiting for these two teams to face off this year. I think it's going to be exciting, and to start off the season, Kansas City really showed how dominant they are in a close win against the Chargers, against the Raiders. I don't know what else will happen. I think this will be a very close game, and I actually, weirdly enough, I think the Chargers are going to win this game. I really see them pulling out this victory. I feel like you're going to see the Chargers really step out, and people are going to really start to notice them this year. So I say Chargers win this matchup against the Chiefs. Going on to Sunday, we have the New York Jets taking on the Cleveland Browns. Cleveland ended up actually beating Baker Mayfield, shockingly, with a really long field goal to win it, too. The Jets, they did not look good at all. I think they're probably hoping that Zach Wilson comes back. Joe Flacco, I think, is pretty much done. I'm surprised he's even still playing. And believe it or not, I say Cleveland wins this game. I think Cleveland actually showed a little dominance yesterday, despite everything they've been through in the offseason. The Jets just don't have an offense at all. Their offense is just so dull right now that I'm actually picking Cleveland to win this game. That's how I feel. Washington Commanders versus the Detroit Lions. I keep messing that up. Detroit really actually showed they actually did really well against the Eagles despite losing, but they really showed that they have an offense that can win themselves games. Washington, Carson Wentz, I think, got lucky. They were playing the Jacksonville Jaguars, not necessarily sitting here and thinking anything of it, but I don't think Washington is that good. I just think they played a really bad team and won. I think Detroit is the better team out of the two. I say Detroit walks away with the victory. Next up, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, New Orleans Saints. Tampa Bay only won 19-3 against Dallas. I don't know if their offense is that good or not, but they're playing a Saints team that always seems to know how to beat them in the regular season, and I think they're going to do that once again. I'd take a New Orleans to win this game. I feel like Tampa Bay's offense is a little dull right now. I think we're going to start to see some emergence later on, but I feel like it's a little dark right now, and I think it'll come along later. Next up, Carolina Panthers, New York Giants. How about the Giants? They won a game. I'm surprised they had the guts to go for 2 and win the game against the Titans. Unbelievable. And they're playing the Carolina Panthers, who their offense just looked bad. Their O-line is terrible. McCaffrey just isn't the same. Baker is struggling. I don't know. Their offense just is bad. After seeing Carolina, they're just gonna be bad this year. I don't really necessarily think of it. I am actually going with the Giants to win this game. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I think the Giants gonna win this game. Next up, New England Patriots, Pittsburgh Steelers. Patriots Their offense looked really dull, and I don't think I don't know, they just look they're such a lame team to watch. I don't know, I don't get anything out of the Patriots. Steelers, wow, what an impressive win over the Bengals. Now I can call them the Bengals again, yay! But yeah, Pittsburgh with Trubisky actually looked pretty decent. Their defense looks really good. Sucks to see Watt leave the game with an injury. Hopefully he's back soon. I'm hearing good news that he will be back sooner than later, but we'll see what happens. But I think Pittsburgh beats the Patriots. I think, you know, we're used to seeing Roethlisberger and Brady go at it, but now it's Mac Jones and Mitchell Trubisky. Who would have ever thought? I say Pittsburgh. Next up, Indianapolis Colts, Jacksonville Jaguars. The Colts, and whenever the Colts play at Jacksonville, they never do good. I don't know what it is. Will this time it change? I don't think so. Indiana literally tied with Houston. I said Houston wasn't even going to win a game. Or they haven't even lost a game. They tied. Indiana they're very dull of an offense. I don't know where they're going or how they're going, but I say Jacksonville, that curse is going to still continue. Jacksonville gets the win against Indy. I don't know why there's a curse. I really don't get it. But I'll say Jacksonville wins. Next up, Miami at Baltimore. Baltimore, they really good dominant win against the Jets. Miami, a good dominant win against the Patriots. First time. I feel like this is a good test for Tua. We'll see. He did win against Baltimore last year, but Baltimore was just so riddled with injuries. I get why. When I look at the two teams, I say Baltimore gets the win. I think Baltimore is healthy enough to win games, and they have a great defense. I feel like this will be a true test, but I feel Baltimore will come out on top. Next up, Atlanta Falcons, Los Angeles Rams. What a terrible debut for Matt Stafford. I mean, that was an embarrassing loss against the Bills. The Falcons, at least they're playing a bad enough team that they should win this game. The Rams are going to win this game. There's no doubt in my mind. I mean, they should win this game. Next up, Seattle and San Francisco. Trey Lance sucks. He's so bad he couldn't beat the Bears. That just shows how bad he is. I don't know what's going on, but this guy is just not good. Seattle, I'm saying Seattle actually wins. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I think Seattle will actually beat San Francisco. Seattle actually has a dominant defense. I don't care they lost Jamal Adams. Seattle's defense actually is good enough to beat San Francisco. I think we've seen enough. I think Seattle can pull out the victory here. If not, then I'll regret that, but who knows. Next up, Cincinnati Bengals, Dallas Cowboys. Well, if you haven't heard the news, Dak Prescott is going to be out for a little while. So Dallas is going to suck, and McCarthy for sure will be fired this season. And I think Cincinnati, in my opinion, isn't really that. I don't know. They're not up to their standards. T. Higgins is going to be out for some time. That's unfortunate. But, of course, Cincinnati, I think really, they're lucky enough to even come back and tie this game. They should have won it, but the extra point failed. But Cincinnati should be a Dallas team that's so overrated to the point where fans will cry in their sleep. So, Cincinnati wins. Next up, Houston Texans, Denver Broncos. I say Russell Wilson will let the Bronco country ride, and they should get a victory. That was an absolute embarrassing loss. Denver, I think, should beat Houston. Houston, their offense actually surprised me a little bit. They're not as bad as I thought they'd be. And they're really pulling. Davis Mills isn't a bad quarterback by any means. So, I think Houston will actually win some games if they really continue this. But I think, they're never going to win a Super Bowl. But I think Denver, they want to really go through somewhere this season. Denver needs to win these games. I'll say Denver wins it. Next up, Arizona, Las Vegas. I say Las Vegas wins. Davante Adams is proving that he is a great wide receiver. Doesn't need Aaron Rodgers. He has Derek Carr throwing to him, and he's proving he's the best. Arizona, their defense is absolutely terrible. I think Arizona's going to really be bad this year after seeing what happened last week against the Chiefs at home. Yeah. I say Las Vegas definitely gets the win here. Sunday Night Football, Chicago Bears, Green Bay Packers. First time we've seen those two teams, but, the Packers may have lost week 1, but we saw what happened the previous year. they were able to come back at home and win a primetime night game and do dominance, you know. I think that, you know, obviously I think this was just a bad start. None of the stars got any playing time. I feel like, you know, they'll get themselves on track. And I say Green Bay will beat the Bears once again on Sunday Night Football like they always do. So that's no surprise. All right, Monday. We actually have 2 games on Monday, which is nice. One of them is Tennessee at Buffalo. Buffalo, I think, is the best team in the league. They proved that on the first night of the year. Buffalo wins this game against Tennessee. I feel that Tennessee's just not as good, and I think you should move on from Ryan Tannehill sooner than later. And finally, the Minnesota Vikings at Philadelphia Eagles. 2 teams with really great futures. This is going to be a really great matchup between the two, but I feel like Jalen Hurts at home is definitely going to give the Eagles a win. I feel like the Hurts is the better. I feel like between the two, I feel like the Eagles have slightly better team and the home field advantage, so I'll take the Eagles. So that's that. If you like what you see, subscribe below, comment with your thoughts, and as always, I'm Cloudboy Bales. We'll see you next time.